Hey everybody, I'm KK.
I'm Kristen.
And together we are
KK Crochet.
We're trying to get this video up and recorded and out the door quickly this morning. It's not happening. This is like the 5th time we've recorded for one reason or another. I don't even remember what they all are now. Just interruptions. Interruptions from, at one point we realized that the scanner, well the pager, the fire pager was in the room. When you hear them call something over the radio, you really don't want to put that on YouTube, right? Right. So this is a Happy Mail and a BMO update, the last one of the year because the parade is tomorrow, the last parade. So any hats that would happen to come in after this will be put towards next year or donated to the schools in our local area. Reason being, our mail here, I think we've talked about, is delayed at times, lack of workforce, and overwhelming amount of packages for Christmas. So not saying anything bad about the postal workers. I love them, appreciate them so much. It is what it is. I know this package was supposed to have been here about 2 days before it got here. And I had one, I don't know, the other day that was at least a day late. And then one today that was kind of late getting here. So, you know, it is what it is. So if anything else comes in, that's what will happen. It'll either be put aside for next year or it will be taken to the schools. So, and I've already started creating hats for next year because I knew we had enough for this year. So the hats I'm making now are for next year. So it's good. This says Peace on Earth. Pretty cardinal. And it says sending some hats and a few surprises for you and Kristen. KK and family, goodwill towards men. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Love, Susan. And Susan, if I didn't say, is from New York. And we're not going to take these out of the bag because I said the parade's tomorrow. And we already have a couple of other... Ooh, that's pretty. I like that a lot. Look at those stitches. I love when you see stitches like that and they're so uniform. Mine are not like that at all. But,
I love how that yarn worked out too.
yeah. I have a couple of other things that I need to put in bags that my mother-in-law had made.
I like this yarn a lot.
And so we've got to put the tags in them and put them in bags. And we have to put the tags in these. So pretty. I know that doesn't do it justice. I'm sorry. But, you know, taking it out and putting it back in is kind of like, okay, we're just going to leave them in there. She packaged them so nicely for us already. And we appreciate you, Susan. And no apologies necessary that they're behind the deadline because it's okay. We're good.
And your V is up here on New York.
Yep. And she sent another hat, and this one had a note in it, so I'm not just taking hats and saying that's what these are for, okay? She sent a note. I threw the note away. I should have kept it. But she sent a sticky note, and inside of it, it said that this is a fishing hat for my granddaughter. And if you know, you know. Susan is one of the best about paying attention to people and the things that they say and honing in on things that are important, and she has done that with us many times. And so this time, I tell her all the time she should be a personal shopper. She's that good. And so this time, we go fishing all the time, and we go fishing as a family. So this is for my little grandbaby when she goes fishing this coming year. I love it. I haven't told her parents yet. I can't wait to show them. It is stinking cute. I love it. Thank you, Susan, for thinking of her. That's so sweet. All right. And then we will show the other. And I told her, I was sitting here thinking about projects for next year, and there's one particular project, or a couple, actually, that I want to do. But there's one I was thinking about, and I thought, I really would like to have this yarn to use for that, but I don't have enough to do that. And so I was just trying to go through what I had in my stash. And so she sent me... this one right here I already had. I tried to put it all together. But she sent me 4 Mandala Happy. And if you know, you know. You know that this is my happy yarn. This is my favorite yarn. Only because I love the 80s. And this reminds me of the 80s. This yarn is totally 80s yarn. The neon colors totally bring me back to the 80s. Totally do. And that is why I am going to use this for a project. I haven't decided which one because while I was thinking about the one project and thinking I would love to have that, when I got to thinking about it, I thought about another project I had in my list that I really wanted to use that for too. So I'm deciding on which one, and I'll let you guys know.
And then there's a squishy cow. Look how cute he is.
He's so cute. Squish, squish.
Soft. I love him. And then...
There's a hot rod bag.
Yeah. Look at it.
This is our dog. Well, not literally, but we have a Boston Terrier.
So
and so,
yep. Dog.
And then there's this, and it says, "For with God nothing shall be impossible." Luke 1:37. Very pretty. And there's stuff inside here. It says, "May the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace." Romans 15:13. And it's a little notebook, like sketch book. And this says, "He careth for you." What's that say?
1 Peter 5:7.
Very pretty. All right.
And then this pretty gift box. Look at that. It has honeycombs on it. I wonder what's inside of it. Look at that.
And it's a Temptations dish, and it has a bee on it.
Yeah.
So let me see if I can show you. I don't know if you can
see
see
it there.
I don't know if you can see that it's a bee, but that's a bee.
Yeah, you can see it
right
there.
there. And he's got his little buzzy trail where he's going through. That's cute. I love that. Very pretty. All right, I'll put that back in there. Well, maybe I will. Yeah.
And then she sent bags for hats.
This is amazing. Now these will go for, these will go for next year because we bought the rest that was needed for this year. So these will be put back for next year, and we've got a jump start, and that's 150. So that's great. There was a lot. Hats that go to places like organizations do not get bags because I don't know what they're going to do with them. One of the updates I saw recently, if you go to Bumblebee's Mountain Outreach page, you can see, if you go to Bumblebee's Mountain Outreach and then go to mentions at the top, it'll drop down to show you everybody that said something. And the Loaves and Fishes charity, Catholic, I always forget, we call it Loaves and Fishes, Catholic Charities of West Virginia. They posted yesterday that they are doing their blessing boxes this morning, which is like a ham and all the fixings for Christmas with rolls and stuff. Sorry. And they have taken hats that we donated and put those with those boxes so that they would have those hats in their boxes, which I thought was a really neat idea. They also have another organization that donates toiletries and things like that, hygiene products, and so they put those with it too. So that was a nice package, I think, for Christmas. So just want to give you an update on what the final is. I tried to go back and count and not count duplicate. Like if one person sent more than one time, then I counted submissions, and then I went back and counted people too. So there were 65 people who donated to Bumblebee's Mountain Outreach as far as hats and blankets and shawls and scarves and all that stuff this year. Now blankets, we only took a limited amount, and I only took them because I had local people who are used to me taking blankets for the nursing home, homemade blankets. I used to take like throws and stuff, but we no longer do that because they said they had enough. We did that for 2 years. But local people, I had two. One of them was a church that had a Bible school come in from another state, and people come and do their Bible school. And when they did, they brought blankets, so I took those because she wasn't sure what else to do with them, and she remembered our outreach and wanted to help. So I took those. And I do have a local crocheter who likes to crochet for the nursing home, and I took those from her this year, lap cans. And then I did have a few others who sent shawls, and those went to the nursing home. So all of that is included in this total. So because it's a donation. So there were 65 people who donated, including the both of us, in 31 states, 4 countries, which includes the United States, New Zealand, Australia, and England, and 1,640 hats or donations. 87 submissions total. So 65 people 87 submissions. You can do the math and figure out that a bunch of those were multiple times, and 1,640 hats. And our winning state, who had the most submissions, most people who submitted, it wasn't the most submissions, most people who submitted. So every time a new person submitted, you got a B on your state, other than West Virginia, and I think it's even more than West Virginia.
It's more than West Virginia.
Is Illinois. Yay! So if you submitted hats from Illinois, then your state got a B. You guys helped make your state number one this year. So Illinois was, there's no prize or anything other than you just get to say, yay! But, you know, we just thought that would be fun to count that. So this will be the last time you see this in the background. But not this, but this. We'll take the map down, and I'm actually going to get a new one because this one, we had a set of B stickers that did not want to stick. So we had to glue them to the map to make them work. And I don't know why that was. I went straight to Hobby Lobby and bought them, and because that's where I get them, and brought them home and stuck them to the map, and they would not stick for nothing. So I don't know. But anyway, 65 people, 87 submissions, 31 states, 4 countries, 1,640 submissions.
It's a lot of submissions, don't you think?
That's a lot. But like I was saying, not every hat gets a bag. The ones that go to the other places do not get bags because they're being used, like some of them are being put in the food bags to go home with people. Some are put in with Christmas gifts. Some are put in with another organization. It's with Christmas gifts. So the ones that gets bagged are the ones that get thrown out at parades. So this year that would have been about something like, I want to say it's something like over 1,000. 1,000 bags, that's a lot. And I know that's a lot of plastic, and I know. But they have to be clean and when they get into their hands, right? And so, yeah. So tomorrow's the last parade. I'm really looking forward to it. I find the closer we get to this one, the more hyped up I'm getting, the more excited I'm getting. And I'm not sure why, but I really love it. And this one is the only one this year that the whole family is getting to participate in. And that's the first time in a long time that that's happened, because either they have to work or they have something else going on. So it will be Kristen and I, my husband, both my sons, my daughter-in-law, and my granddaughter. So everybody's participating this year. We're super, super excited. We didn't find that out till last night. So everybody's participating, and it makes for a family experience, and we really love that so much. And I did yesterday, for the first time, put out on some information locally, because, well, it's not the first time. I share stuff a lot, but Kristen had a friend who came to her and said that she had no idea that Bumblebees was something that our family worked on. She knew I'd shared it. She thought I was sharing it for somebody else. And I may have told this before, I don't know. But she was worried that it was, a scam or whatever. Nowadays you never know. So she was afraid to donate. So I did put out some information locally to alleviate people's concerns and let them know, hey, it's us, because I knew once they knew that it was us, they would know that it's legit. But I understand that because I see things here all the time, and when I see them, I'm very careful. I do my research before I donate and that kind of thing. And I encourage you to do that as well, wherever you are. If you're donating, check out who you're donating to as far as like organizations. Make sure that their goals align with your goals, and that they are doing what they say they're doing, and that they are taking care of people when they say they're taking care of them, because you just never know. They might be taking your money or whatever and just like putting it in their bank, or doing whatever. You don't know what people are doing. So make sure that they're legit. I'm very careful here. Trust me when I say that when I give hats to somebody here, I make sure. But that's different though, because we're very small community, and everybody I donate to here I know personally, and I've known personally for years, other than the one on the end of town where Spring's at, and Spring knows them personally, as far as like she knows their outfit, she knows what they do, she's seen how they help the community, and she vouches for them, and I trust her, so that's good enough for me. And so, but everybody else on this end I know personally, and I've known them for years. So we always make sure that that we vet, the organizations and make sure that they are who they say they are and what they say they are. And I can't think of anybody who's physically came to me and asked about something or done something and no that wasn't who they were supposed to be. But and then if we would happen to donate to somebody and find out that they don't do what they say they're going to do, then there wouldn't be a donation the next year. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just to make sure that everything goes where it's supposed to go. Not that I need to know every person that it goes to. That's not what it's about. It's just knowing that they're being handed out to people. They're not being thrown away or, whatever. So that's important to me to make sure that, they're not being just left somewhere for the next year or something. They need to go out to hands. So anyway, I don't know why I got off on that subject, but anyway, yeah. So today we also delivered, it sounds, small compared to the grand scheme of what we do, but I think we delivered about 30 hats to a local daycare. Those were taken this morning. And I told them use what they could and whatever they couldn't use to please send them on to somebody who could. And they have all ages. So we just sent a mixture of things. And I think they have like 19 kids. And I know that's overkill. But those 19 kids probably have siblings and parents who also could wear hats or, whatever. And there will be people who come in to pick them up. And so somewhere along the way, those hats will be used. And I wanted them to have a choice instead of just, here's some hats and hopefully they fit, and if they don't, whatever, because they had babies all the way up. So I just wanted them to have some kind of choice. We also did make, I will tell you guys this, and then we'll let you go. We did make a personal donation. Personal meaning, I don't know how to explain that. When I say a personal donation, I mean somebody that we personally know that needed help. So we got a message the other day from a friend, and it had nothing to do with bumblebees. It was just somebody needed some help for Christmas, and somebody was going to go buy some stuff to help them. And somebody mentioned a question about, do you have any hats? And we just kind of laughed a little bit, and yep. So we did dig through. There were 2 children, and we did dig through and find those. And now if I'd have thought about it, I would have sent some for the adults too. I may still do that. So it was just a situation where we knew it was needed. And I think I'm going to start working harder to produce more hats so that I can have hats for that reason for families who are burnt out in a fire in their home, because that's going to happen soon. For families who maybe are misplaced for whatever. I have had calls before for people who have left their home due to domestic violence issues and they needed help. And so normally I have a coupon stash because I'm an extreme couponer. Not TLC kind of extreme, but still extreme. And I have stuff where I can pull together and make care packages for that reason. And so I think that I'm going to start making some extra hats and stashing those so that I can pull from those during the year. Because normally we give them all at the parades and then there's no more until whenever. Now, speaking on that, we will have a video, probably not till the new year. Chris and I are still talking, but we will have a video later that talks about when we're going to start taking hats again. It will not be in January. I just can't. I need January to clean up the stuff that we use for this, the totes and all the stuff. I need time to clean all that up and get it repackaged and put away. And then I also need time to rethink on our end how we do that, because every year it changes, because we still haven't found the key of how to save these hats and make it so that, like, if I had space, I would gladly say January through December, send all you want. But I don't have that space, and so I have to figure that out, and that's why I don't take them till later. It was nice to get my house back this week. It wasn't just hats, it was other stuff that we were doing that, that I got to push out of the house, and that was nice to get my space back. And so I think I'm going to go back to the shrink bags, like the, what do you call them? The vacuum seal bags, like the big ones. I've used those in the past. Tried to use them this year. And I ordered them from one place far away. And I picked them up at one local, not local, but one big store. And neither of them worked. So I don't know if it was, well, actually, a couple of them worked. But most of them didn't. And I don't know if it was the fact that we opened and reused them, or the fact that they were just bad from the get. I'm assuming the ones we ordered from far away were just bad. And they just, get what you pay for, right? So I think that's what we're going to go back to, but I'm not sure. That's a personal thing. That's an us problem. We'll figure it out. But I went to buying totes this year and bought lots and lots and lots and lots of totes. But still, even with that, it wouldn't have held them all at one time. So, yeah. So I've got to go back to the drawing board and figure that out. And it's a good problem to have. I'm fine with that. We can pile it up to the ceiling. I really don't care. As long as it's going for a good cause, we'll figure it out. We did clean out a closet this year that was had some stuff in it, and rearranged it, moved it around, discarded some things, and that became the holding place for a while. And yep, that's kind of where we're at. So just things here that we need to take care of before I can go back in and say, yep, we're ready to receive hats and donations. Now you can make them and you can store them, and I'll let you know, when you can start to send. It's just, I hope nobody takes offense at that, but that's what I have to do for me. There are things that we have to do on this end to finish up. And really, I just need to take a few days and breathe. And I think that that's what we're going to do after Christmas. If you see things from us, you may see, I don't know, if we do a video, it may just be us chit-chatting, because I need to clear my head a little bit. Like, I need to wipe the slate clean of blankets and hats and all that. And Chris and I were talking yesterday. We're going to sit down and talk about what's next for the year, right?
Yep.
Her goals, my goals. Kristen's not feeling so great this morning, so if she's quiet, she hurt her shoulder, and so somehow, and pulled something. And yeah, she doesn't know how. She pulled something, and so she's been a busy girl, and so she's gonna have a few weeks off and rest and recuperate, and but yeah, I don't know why I'm so chatty today, but anyway, just so you know, I just don't want anybody to think we're leaving you hanging, but just take a break and breathe. Just breathe. We'll come back in January. We will have, before January, we probably will do a goals video, a loose goals video, which is going to mean I have a whole list of things, but I really don't want to tie ourselves down to, we're going to do this. Nope. I want to be able to enjoy crochet again, which is what I did after I finished these blankets. I enjoyed making blankets, but when you do that many in a year, which I'm glad I did, I'm not complaining, but it feels good when you can say it's done and you can do something else, and when you can pick what you want to do. It was so freeing and so wonderful, and doing some new things was good. So, yep, we will talk. We're going to spend the next few days talking about what we want to do. Then we will come back and talk to you. And I've told you guys that you all are going to set the goal for the next year. And like I said, a reasonable goal. We don't want to go extremely off the deep end. But, one that we can meet, and one that is not so taxing that everybody feels stressed. I don't want to do that. But I'm going to make a personal goal, and then we're going to let you guys set the major goal, and then we're going to go from there. But like I said, I know for a fact there'll be no submissions in January. I would prefer there not be any in January, let's put it that way. And probably not February. For one thing, the weather gets really bad here, and I don't want anything to have to sit at the post office for a long time, and I don't want anybody to have to worry that it's not there if I don't go pick it up. So, and for another, I don't go out much when it's cold. I just don't. It affects me, and I just don't want to go. And so, January and February, depending on how bad it is, Yeah, I just don't do that. And so it just makes it easier if we wait a little bit and wait till it's a little warmer. But we'll come back and talk about it. So you can make them anytime you want, but I would prefer that you don't send them at least in January, and we'll see what it looks like at the end of January. But Chris and I will come up with a date. I usually like to come up with a date that's important, that means something, and that's when we start submissions. We will be talking about it before then. We'll be talking a lot. We'll be talking about some of the other programs that we want to put into place, or programs. That sounds crazy. I don't know. The projects, how about that we want to put in place, that we want to do. And that's not what this video is supposed to be about. So that's why this video is probably one of the longest ones we've ever done. Sorry, not sorry. Rose will say, don't be sorry. That's right. We love you all very much, and we want to wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, we love you anyhow. We still wish you a happy day. And, just don't forget to be kind, because
you don't know anybody else's journey.
Bye.
Bye.